Mistress Claressa Shields really has inherited all the problematic black men that hate black women defending her. Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we are talking CLARESSA SHIELDS. Surprise, surprise. AKA Pap's Mistress. AKA Pap's Entanglement. AKA Pap's Pick Me. AKA Pap's Side Chick. Or as Chris Cyborg would say, it is duck hunting season. I can't believe I am doing a Charleston White video on this platform. I cannot believe I am discussing Charleston White, you guys. Charleston White, who has a history of, saying the most problematic things about black women, how he prefers to be with white women, and all of these negative things, you guys, has decided to enter the chat. And I don't know if it's for clout, for clicks and views, or if it's what I believe, another excuse to still attack black women. And once again, playing another game about whataboutism. So we're going to get into the clip. I'm going to break it down as per usual and get into what I think this is really about. And I saw where some of this clip was posted that Claressa's bestie, Nene, is liking the post. And this is my thing too. Not all support is real support or support that you should be bigging up and putting on a pedestal. Because if we are at the point where Claressa's bestie is excited that Charleston White is defending her, but is not defending her for genuine reasons other than an excuse to crap on other black women, then the plot has been lost as far as I'm concerned. So let's take a watch and listen.
Why y'all don't talk about 21 Savage and Lotto? Lotto don't get no backlash for getting pregnant by a married nigga.
Well, first of all, on this platform, I have drugged Lotto up and down and through here. But I'm a small channel. I'm a small platform, you know what I'm saying? So ultimately, maybe it's not being heard or seen across the masses. But anytime there is a Lotto story in her foolishness with 21 Savage and her being with a married man, I got all the smoke. Listen. I always have the smoke for anybody that is out here parading themselves with a married man. Nobody is safe. If you want to be famous, being known as a mistress, you're going to get this smoke. Let's continue.
If Claressa Shields was a light-skinned girl, mixed breed, nobody would have a problem with her. But because she's a darker skin complected black woman, who's in physical shape, you can't beat her up. She got a mouth on her. She speaks out against somebody who speaks up against her. And they're trying to vilify her.
See, what we're not going to do is we're not going to play this colorism game when you have built your entire platform on attacking black women altogether. It's not a thing of colorism. And you even admit in this clip that Claressa, quote unquote, has a mouth on her, right? And what people are trying to act obtuse about and act ignorant about and act clueless about is y'all act like we have not seen Remy and Pap for all these years in hip-hop culture as black love. You know what I'm saying? On Love and Hip Hop, their whole love story on all the magazines, getting all these deals, all these opportunities, a televised wedding, the whole nine. Y'all acting like Pap's wife isn't an A-lister. Y'all acting like Pap's spouse is not Remy Ma. Y'all acting like, you know what I'm saying? And even if it wasn't Remy, still this ain't it. But the one difference between Claressa and Lotto, is Lotto understands her place as a mistress to not be out here in public with 21 Savage. That is the difference. She didn't go to the BET Awards with 21 Savage. She didn't go to Angel Reese's WNBA game with 21 Savage. He literally was hidden and didn't even show his face in Lotto's music video announcing the pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? They're treating the whole thing like a baby outside of the marriage. 21 Savage and his wife went as date night. You know what I'm saying? Had a date night at Lotto's baby shower. So everybody understands the assignment. Everybody understands the position, which is you as the mistress. You can do all this bragging on that album nobody listened to and nobody streamed, but you're not going to be out here trying to capitalize and parade yourself with the married man and think that the people are going to support. Let's continue.
Why are they trying to vilify her? Because Papoose and Remy Ma had a public separation. Remy Ma got caught cheating with another nigga. She left Papoose for another nigga. Papoose stayed single for a while. Took him a year or so, and he got with Claressa.
And this is my issue right here, right? Men who have no problems with men cheating, men stepping out, people who want to believe the false narrative that Pap, quote unquote, held Remy down. Except for, what did he do with his career that entire time Remy was behind bars? Instead, what happened, unfortunately, Pap had access to Remy's shmoney, Remy's royalties, and blew all of it. Blew all of it on women. So if you're not cheating, how are other women benefiting off of Remy's dime? If you're not cheating, why do you need additional properties that Remy Ma has never seen or heard of while she is in jail? If you're quote unquote faithful to the marriage all this time. And although it's been quote unquote debunked, are we going to ignore that mysterious love child story that came out? That Pap had allegedly fathered a child outside of his marriage to Remy. Are we just going to pretend that none of that has happened? That none of that has happened? And even let's say the love child, you know what I'm saying? That may not have been the case. The fact that quickly people moved on from it so fast, and it could have been because social media wasn't what it was back then. You're telling me that Pap has been faithful to Remy this whole time and people didn't question, even if it wasn't his child, that at the minimum that they more than likely slept together? And he gave the same lies that he said about Claressa, that she's not attractive, I find her ugly, I would never mess with that. Those were the same insults that he said years ago about that lady that was claiming they had a love child together. Those were the same things he told Remy about Claressa. So no, this wasn't a situation I always stand on. If a woman is cheating on her husband, 9 times out of 10, it is out of retaliation. It is because the husband cheated first. The husband cheated first, and I believe what happened was Remy chalked up what happened while she was in prison. You know what I'm saying? Even though that should have been the red flag then for her to leave us alone, right? To leave him alone, right? But she decided, you know what? I'm going to give him another chance. I was in prison or whatever else. And he probably convinced her of all this money, all these opportunities that they can make. And then that's when he was also pressuring her to bring a child into this madness, right? But what Remy didn't anticipate was that Pap was a nobody. He was nothing. He was not going to do anything to elevate himself. Everything Pap got was off of Remy's name. And even trying to be her manager and taking a percentage of her earnings and her hard work and all the things, him pushing the Black Love merch and all the things, him trying to make sure Remy's on several tracks of his for clout and attention and all the things. He was the one that was benefiting while Remy was the one that was trying to do all this grinding. Remy was the one that had all these ideas to elevate and to make more money and to do something. And ultimately, it was Pap that was holding her back. What happened was Remy found out shortly after Pap got that position at TuneCore that allegedly he was sleeping with somebody there as well. So that's another time that this man has played in her face. And this predates anything with Easy the Black Captain. And ultimately, Remy didn't even put out there the Easy the Black Captain stuff. Somebody else did. And here is the thing as well. Y'all bring up Easy the Black Captain. Y'all love bringing it up. But guess who still was sleeping on Remy's couch? Guess who didn't divorce her then when all that took place? And y'all really want to believe that Pap was single as a Pringle that whole time. No, he just had women that did not have as much as Remy. So therefore, there was zero benefit of them coming forward. And ultimately, we would have never known about Pap and Claressa had Remy not exposed it. And also, the piece that y'all also continue to miss is it was Claressa who befriended Pap's wife, pretending to be her friend, calling her sis, wondering about her day-to-day, if she was in Las Vegas, if she was home, what TV show she was watching, styling tips, styling advice, wishing her happy birthday, in all of her likes, in all of her comments, in all of her DMs, only to be plotting on that lady's husband. So it's deeper than just, the false narrative y'all want to put out because y'all only want to go with the public story. But y'all ignore time and time again what the wife has already exposed about the situation. Let's continue.
What the fuck is wrong? Because they ain't got married. Or he ain't got a divorce. Bitch, I got a wife and a girlfriend. CLARESSA SHIELDS is everything you want your dark-skinned daughter to grow up to be.
And there it is. That is the real reason some of these men are not going in on Pap, is because they like this. Just like they really don't go in on Neo for being public about these 4 girlfriends he's got. And how it could be impacting his kids, though, seeing these different ladies in rotation and seeing all this stuff on social media of how it's carrying on. Because Charleston White has a situation like this as well. Has a wife and a girlfriend. Boy, Nene liking this post is interesting considering he just threw shade at Claressa. He just threw shade at Claressa. See, he tried in the beginning to make a colorism comment and make an argument to cause all of this nonsense. But now he's being colorist, basically saying Claressa is what you want your dark-skinned black daughter to be. You want your dark-skinned black daughter to be a mistress. You want her to be a side chick. So, low-key, high-key, Charleston White is basically saying, listen, we like Claressa because she's acting like a bottom witch with a B. She's acting like the ultimate SLUT. That Pap can still have this wife, even though you just said that they're publicly separated, that him and Remy are quote-unquote publicly separated, right? But that's what y'all want. Y'all want to have a wife and y'all want to have a side chick that does not know her place, that does not know her position. And y'all are mad because some of y'all can't be public with y'all mistress like this without getting backlash. Let's continue.
I would want my niece to be, yeah, bitch, he ain't nigga now. Why do she have to have a problem with him still being married like y'all do?
But that's the thing. Mistress CLARESSA SHIELDS does have a problem with Pap still being married, which is why she takes it out on all of us on the internet. She doesn't like to say that he's a married man. She likes to say he's separated, when last I checked, there's nothing that indicates that Pap is legally separated from Remy. Or Claressa likes to say he's going through a divorce. He's filed for a divorce. Claressa herself even tries to refer to a married man as her hubby. Claressa now is trying to go on the Lotto track and post AI pregnancy photos that if he can't marry me, if he's not going to divorce Remy, at least I can have his baby. No. So Claressa definitely is pressed like a panini that Pap is still married. That is why she is always attacking everybody on the internet. Let's continue.
So I want to say to the fat bitch that's on the morning show with Jock and Shawty. I was on there. The bitch tried to be sassy with me too. Fat bitches ain't got no room to be sassy and messy. Bitch, you didn't answer that question from a place of love. That was a fat hoe messy question. That was a fat bitch messy question. Back to the hotel. And y'all ain't finna dress it up like the people want to know. We don't want to know. Only you messy bitches want to know. Why? Because y'all really want to know.
And there it is. All of this fake support, all this fake love, Claressa. You know what I'm saying? Well, was not about you being upset with people asking this question. You have a personal issue with Miss Shanika because she tried to hold you accountable in a previous interview. And this is the same situation that happened with Des Bryant. This is the same situation that happened with Adrian, was that when CLARESSA Shields got backlash for slapping Alicia Baumgartner because whatever happened between Alicia and Des Bryant, or didn't happen between them, didn't work out the way he wanted to, he decided to hit up Claressa to SHIT talk about Alicia Baumgartner as quote-unquote revenge. And then Claressa did that defamatory and slanderous lie, trying to put out and regurgitate unverified allegations from Adrian to smear and slander Alicia Baumgartner's name, all while you're out here with a married man. So this is not really support for Claressa, because you even say in this clip that Claressa is who black women should aspire to be, that black daughters, specifically dark-skinned black daughters, should aspire to be, and people's nieces should aspire to be, which is a mistress, which is going after married men and thinking that that is a prize and that that is a standard, is epic fail. Let's continue.
Why y'all don't talk about 21 Savage and Lotto? Lotto don't get no backlash for getting pregnant by a married nigga. Y'all don't say nothing to Lotto. What's the problem, people? Being hypocritical again. Claressa, can't now one of them hoes whoop you. Papoose, my nigga, you beating up everybody. Why? You don't talk. You just move with grace. I love you, nigga. Boy, I'm talking about a smooth player. They try to say you ain't got nothing. Say, nigga, I was a nigga who didn't have nothing but some good conversation and some good dick that goes mediocre when I get half-ass what I want. So, yeah. So now, my nigga, Claressa, man, keep holding your head up. They hating on you.
And again, I drag Lotto up and through here. And like Charleston White and Claressa, they're up here fat shaming Miss Shanika, which is not okay. And again, you've thrown shade at Claressa, saying that she's the mistress other black women should aspire to be. And now you are praising Pap, basically saying that you were once somebody broke with nothing to your name but alleged good deed. But what Remy the wife, Remy Ma, Pap's wife, said that it's so D. So broke Pap with so D, and all he's got is good conversation or good manipulation tactics that is going to leech off of more successful black women to keep himself relevant. And that's all this is. That is all this is. Trust and believe if Remy wanted Pap back, he would come running. Trust and believe if there was somebody else who was a black female celebrity that had more than CLARESSA Shields, Pap would go running. Pap has nowhere else to go but to stay stuck with this current come up because there's no better options available to him. Let's continue.
But I promise you, if you was a light-skinned sister, you wouldn't have these problems. They don't give Lotto no problem. Lotto over her acting like she's a boss bitch, playing doghouse with 21 Savage and his wife. Come on now. This bitch playing surrogate mother, like she really started out being a surrogate mother. She was the side bitch that got pregnant. See, my other side bitch done been pregnant. Shit, I done shot that car, yeah, so now, man, I ain't got no side bitches. All my bitches, my bitches.
If Claressa was light-skinned, she'd be getting drugged too. I drug Lotto, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day when Alicia Keys was Swiss Beats mistress, not only did she get drugged up and through here, her career suffered significantly. Significantly, her career suffered. It was not the same Diary of Alicia Keys and A Woman's Work and all this and all that. No. So that is another example of quote-unquote light-skinned, quote-unquote somebody biracial that also was a mistress. Now, kind of like the 21 Savage situation, everybody's trying to play nice. Everybody's getting along, going on trips together, and all the things. But that was not how it was when all that first popped off. But again, Charleston White, this is not real support for Claressa Shields. Nene, Claressa's bestie, should have watched the entire clip and thinking that this was genuine support from Charleston White when really Claressa and Pap got the biggest shade. It was all backhanded. He's basically saying that nobody should be upset about Claressa Shields being a mistress and being known more for being with somebody's husband than being a professional female boxer. And is saying that black girls should look up to Claressa Shields, and this is the position that black women are good for, which is being on their back for a married man. That is what Charleston White is saying. And then giving props to Pap for being a broke husband with a side chick. And that he also came from those beginnings as well. That was full of SHIT, but as long as he was given the D, it ain't matter. That is what he's saying. And then he has a personal beef with Miss Shanika, which is what brought this all on in the first place. Is he didn't like her questions as well. See, people do not like to be held accountable, I see. People want to pretend and dance around questions and dance around the questions that people want to know so that you can continue to play in people's faces in these interviews. But my thing is, ultimately, this is not the type of support that really is what Nene should be liking, unless Nene is not a real bestie to Claressa. Because there was all types of shots thrown at your so-called bestie if you listen to the entire clip, courtesy of On Site, y'all. Make it make sense. So with that, you guys, I need y'all to do me the biggest favor. I need y'all to do y'all biggest one, and that is to hype the video. Hype the video, please. There's that. That is it. That is all. It's toast. Es final. Es finito. Es in the road. Es in the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.